You didn't stumble onto this message. You were drawn here. Because someone, maybe you, needs to be reminded of the most powerful truth ever spoken. Jesus is not just a story. Jesus is the story. He is not just a name in a book. He's the breath in your lungs, the mercy in your mourning, the strength in your silence. When the world broke you down, Jesus never stepped back. He leaned in. He sat with you in your sorrow. He saw every tear you refused to let fall. He heard every prayer you whispered when no one else could understand the language of your pain. And he didn't flinch. He didn't walk away. He stayed. Because Jesus never loved you for how perfect you were. He loved you because you were his. Long before the trauma, long before the guilt, long before the shame, Jesus had already chosen you. Not for what you could do for him, but because of what he wanted to do through you. He's not waiting for you to earn your way back. He's not holding a list of your mistakes. He's holding his hand out saying, "Come home. I'm still here. I never left." And maybe the world told you that you're not enough. But the cross tells a different story. The cross says you were worth dying for. He traded heaven for a crown of thorns, glory for rejection, light for darkness, so you could have life, not just survival, not just getting by, abundant life, freedom, wholeness, peace, the kind that this world can't give and can never take away. So wherever you are right now, doubting, tired, running, broken, hear me. Jesus still chooses you. And if you've been looking for a sign, this is it. Not from me, from him. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are loved. You are chosen. You are his. You see, the world celebrates strength, image, perfection. But Jesus, he moves in the broken places. He finds beauty in what others call too far gone. He isn't impressed by your filters or titles. He's drawn to your scars, because he has them too. Nail marks, wounds that heal, pain that served a purpose. So when you sit in your room wondering if anyone sees you, he does. He's the God who left the 99 to chase the one. And if that one is you right now, he's coming for you. Not with condemnation, not with guilt, but with grace. You don't have to clean yourself up first. You don't have to pretend. You just have to come. Jesus isn't afraid of your past. He's the God who rewrites it. That regret you keep carrying, he already paid for it. That failure you keep reliving, he already redeemed it. And if your heart is tired, if your soul is worn, listen. You don't have to hustle for God's love. You already have it. Not when you get better. Not when you pray more. Not when you finally fix it. Right here. Right now. He's not asking for perfection. He's asking for surrender. And even when your faith feels small, he says, "That's enough. Just come to me." Because when Jesus looks at you, he doesn't see what the world sees. He doesn't see your shame. He sees your story. There comes a moment in every believer's life when the question echoes loudly. Why me? Why was I born into this struggle? Why have I endured so much pain? Why does it seem like I keep losing, even when I'm trying to do what's right? And that's when you need to hear this. Jesus never promised you a life without storms, but he did promise that he would be with you in every one of them. You weren't chosen because you were the strongest. You weren't chosen because you were flawless. You were chosen because you were willing to say, "Yes, Lord," even when I'm tired. Even when I'm scared, even when I don't understand. Jesus sees that. He saw it when you prayed for others even while your own heart was breaking. He saw it when you gave when no one gave back. He saw it when you stayed faithful in secret when no one clapped, when no one noticed. You may feel invisible to the world, but you've been under heaven's spotlight the whole time. That's why your story's not over. That's why the enemy has tried so hard to silence you. That's why life has hit you so hard. Not because you're cursed, but because you're called. And in this calling, Jesus is refining you. He's not just fixing what was broken, he's making it new. He's not just healing your heart, he's giving you his. A heart that loves radically, forgives endlessly, gives even when it hurts. That's the heart of Jesus, and it's being born in you. So stop second-guessing your worth. Stop apologizing for your light. Stop shrinking so others feel comfortable. You carry something this world desperately needs, the Spirit of the living God. And the more you walk with him, the more you realize your story is bigger than survival. You weren't just saved from something. You were saved for something, a mission, a purpose, a generation that needs your voice. You were never meant to just make it through. You were meant to overcome, to rise like a beacon in the dark, to shine so brightly that even those who gave up on hope start to believe again. And it's not because you're trying to be perfect. It's because Jesus is perfect in you. You see, there's something about being broken that prepares you for divine strength. Every scar has made space for compassion. Every loss has carved out deeper wisdom. And every silent prayer Yes, every single one has been collected in heaven. Some of you watching this, you feel exhausted. You've poured out for everyone, but now your soul feels dry. You're not here by accident. This is the moment God is whispering. Rest in me. Let me restore what the world drained from you. God never asked you to carry it all alone. He asked you to trust Him with it. Because what's coming isn't another season of battle. It's a season of restoration, recompense, and resurrection. The dreams you buried, He remembers them. The prayers you whispered through tears, He heard them. The moments you felt like quitting, He carried you. And now, child of God, it's time to rise. You've been refined by fire. You've been hidden for a reason. And you're about to be revealed in glory, not for your ego, not for applause, but because your life is a message that says, Jesus still saves, Jesus still heals, and Jesus still restores. You've made it this far not because of luck, not because of coincidence, but because God has had His hand on you the entire time. You may not have seen Him, but He was in every closed door. You may not have felt Him, but He was in every delayed answer. You may not have heard Him, but He was in every tear you cried alone at night. He's been shaping you, molding you, sanctifying your heart for something bigger than you imagined. This isn't just a message. This is confirmation. The way you love even when you've been betrayed. The way you keep giving even when you've been emptied. The way you still believe even when you have every reason not to. That's not weakness. That's power under divine authority. That's what it means to be chosen. And let me say this clearly. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where God wants you to be for what comes next. The shift is here. Doors are about to open that no man can shut. People will ask how you got through. They'll wonder how you survived. They'll be in awe at how your spirit never broke. And when they ask, don't point to your own strength. Point to Jesus. The reason you're still standing. The reason you're rising. The reason your story has only just begun. Because your comeback isn't just for you. It's for everyone who needs to see that miracles still happen. That faith still works. That God still moves. You are not ordinary. You are not just surviving life. You're being prepared to transform it. There's a weight you've carried that others couldn't even comprehend. Not because you're being punished, but because you're being trusted. Yes, you've been misunderstood. Yes, people have walked away. Yes, there were nights when your heart cried louder than your voice ever could. But even in that silence, God was working. The fire didn't burn you, it baptized you. The loneliness didn't break you, it revealed you. The delays weren't denials, they were divine alignments. And now there's a holy reversal taking place in the spirit. Heaven is opening what was once shut. Peace is replacing anxiety. Favor is finding you where fear once lived. But here's the deeper truth. And hear this with your spirit. God didn't just choose you to bless you. He chose you to be a living testimony of what His power looks like in human form. That's why it's been hard. That's why it's taken time. Because the blessing on your life isn't normal. It's generational. It's legacy shifting. It's going to rewrite the narrative for everyone connected to your name. You've carried pain in private. Now you'll carry glory in public. You've wept in secret. Now you'll lead in purpose. Because now, this is where things shift. You see, when you're truly chosen, not just called, not just inspired, not just touched by faith, but marked by heaven, everything about your life begins to challenge the norm, the systems, the relationships, even your own past beliefs. People won't understand your peace in chaos. They'll question how you still stand after every storm. They'll wonder why everything around you seems to fall apart. But somehow, you rise again and again. It's not because you're lucky. It's not because you're pretending. It's because something divine is flowing through you that the world didn't give you. And the world can't take away. God isn't just rewriting your story. He's rewriting your identity. You're not who you used to be. You're not even who you were last year. You're evolving in spirit, in perception, in purpose. Have you noticed how certain things just don't sit the same anymore? The old conversations? The distractions? The need to prove yourself? That's the shedding. That's the pruning. That's God preparing the vessel, so as not just to hold the blessing, but to sustain it. And here's something sacred most people miss. The delay you're experiencing right now, it's divine protection. That no, you didn't understand, it was actually a yes to something greater. That isolation you're feeling, it's not punishment. It's preparation. Because when the reveal happens, when God lifts the veil and shows the world who He chose, who He refined, who He anointed, it's going to feel sudden to them. But not to you. You knew something was happening all along. You could feel it, even when you couldn't explain it. You've been growing in silence. Now you'll be rewarded in the open. And when it happens, when the shift is so obvious that even your enemies have to say, God is with them. You'll know. Every tear, every betrayal, every sleepless night had a divine purpose. So here's what I need you to do next. Trust the unseen more than the seen. Speak life into your future like it's already happening. Refuse to shrink for anyone, because your presence is purpose. And if this message stirred something in you, you're not alone. Drop a comment below and say, I receive this. I'm ready. There's something sacred happening in your life that not even you can fully explain yet. You've been feeling a pull, a divine restlessness, a spiritual signal that the time is now. Not tomorrow, not next year. Now, this is why you've been isolated. Why certain people suddenly couldn't stay in your life. Why your plans were delayed, not denied. Because what's coming is not normal. It's supernatural. You see, when God calls you, when He hand selects you as His vessel, He has to strip away everything that would cause you to depend on anything other than Him. He's not punishing you, He's positioning you. The spiritual attacks, the rejection, the confusion, all of it was training.